Hey y'all, grab your iced coffee and settle in, because this is the full, no-filter, director's cut version of the wildest chapter of my life. My name is Sarah Thompson, I'm 31 now, but this all went down in the summer of 2023 when I was 28 and living in Phoenix, Arizona. I had a second-floor apartment in the Arcadia Light area, right off East Indian School Road. Rent was $1,450 a month for a 750-square-foot two-bedroom. The tile floors stayed cool even when it was 115 outside, and I kept the place smelling like vanilla and fresh coffee because I was a barista at Lux Central on North Central Avenue. I pulled shots for $4.75 lattes, wore the cutest aprons, and made enough in tips to keep my 2012 Honda Civic gassed up and my student loans at bay. That's where I met Jake Harlan. He rolled in every weekday at 6:42 a.m. sharp for a 20-ounce black coffee. No room. $2.75. Tall, sun-browned, forearms covered in ink, Dallas Cowboys had always a little crooked. That Texas drawl could melt ice. "Mornin', darlin'. You're lookin' prettier than a desert sunrise." Cheesy, but it worked. First date, March 17, 2023. He picked me up in his black 2015 Ford F-150, Texas plates, dented tailgate, pine tree air freshener swinging from the mirror. We went to SIBO in downtown Phoenix, sat on the brick patio, split a salted caramel pizza, and a $28 bottle of Chianti, while the misters fought the 82-degree night. He kissed me under the string lights and tasted like red wine and possibility. From there it was fireworks. Weekend hikes up Camelback Mountain at 5 a.m. to beat the heat, camping in Sedona, road trip to the Grand Canyon where we spent $312 on a cabin at Bright Angel Lodge and made love while thunder rolled over the rim. He called me his girl. Talked about moving to Seattle together, buying a house on a rainy street where we could actually open the windows. I was all in. By May he was staying over 5 nights a week. My apartment smelled like his pine body wash mixed with my lavender candles. We grocery shopped at Fry's on 7th Avenue, fought over whether real Texans put beans in chili. They don't. And fell asleep to the hum of the window AC unit that cost me an extra $87 on my SRP bill every month. Then the cracks appeared. First it was the late nights. Traffic on the 202 was murder. Then the phone face down on the nightstand. Then the random overtime runs that somehow always ended with him smelling faintly like coconut body spray that was definitely not mine. July 15, 2023. 114 degrees outside, the kind of heat that makes the air shimmer. I needed my Ray-Bans I'd left in his truck the night before. I jogged out to the parking lot in flip-flops, asphalt practically melting, unlocked his F-150 and started hunting. Nothing in the door pocket, nothing in the center console. I reached under the passenger seat, and my fingers closed around a plastic bottle. Astroglide. Water-based. Half empty. Cap sticky. We had literally never used lube. Not once. I sat in that boiling truck for 10 minutes staring at it, AC blasting, heart hammering so loud I could hear it over the vents. I put it back exactly where I found it, went inside, and threw up in my kitchen sink. That night I asked him straight, "Babe, found a bottle of lube in your truck today." He didn't even flinch. "Oh, that old thing? From forever ago. I'll check it." He never did. The next 3 weeks I turned into a damn FBI agent. I checked the bottle every time he left. The level kept dropping. I memorized his phone passcode while he slept, 0723 his birthday. I found the texts from Brian, warehouse guy, that were very much not from a Brian. Her real name was Brittany Hayes, 25, blonde, worked at a nail salon on Mill Avenue in Tempe. Their thread went back 4 months. Explicit photos, heart emojis, and the phrase "don't forget the lube this time," more than once. I followed him twice. Once to a park and ride in Mesa, once to the Motel 6 on East Van Buren. The one with the flickering sign and $69.99 cash rates. I watched her climb into his truck, watched the windows fog, watched her walk out 40 minutes later fixing her ponytail and smoothing her skirt. I stopped eating. Lost 9 pounds. Cried in my car in the Lux parking lot between shifts. But somewhere in the tears, rage showed up. Hot, clear, focused rage. And that's when the idea hit me like a divine intervention. August 10, 2023 I drove to the Home Depot on North 19th Avenue. Walked straight to aisle 12, grabbed the brown bottle that says in big white letters, Gorilla GLUE, Original. 4 ounces, $8.97. I also bought nitrile gloves, a tiny funnel, and a trash bag so I wouldn't get it on me. The cashier didn't even blink. That night Jake said he was playing poker with the boys. I waited until his taillights disappeared, then went to work in the parking lot under the buzzing streetlight. Monsoon clouds were rolling in. The air smelled like rain on hot pavement. I poured the rest of the Astroglide into the trash bag, slimy, clear, about 1.5 ounces left. Then I carefully funneled in the Gorilla Glue. It's thicker, slightly amber, but in a dark truck cab? Good enough. I wiped the bottle clean, slid it back under the seat exactly where it lived, and went inside to wait. August 12th, 2023, 5:17 p.m. Jake. Gotta do an overtime run to Chandler, back by 10, love you. I knew exactly where he was going. 6:48 p.m. My phone rings. Unknown number, but I answer anyway. Sarah? It's Jake. Don't hang up. I need help. I'm at the Motel 6 on Van Buren. Room 112. Something went really wrong. Please just come. I drove over in the first real monsoon rain of the season. Thunder cracking, wipers on high. I parked next to his truck, walked up and knocked. Brittany opened the door wrapped in a sheet, mascara streaked, eyes wild. Jake was on the bed, jeans around his ankles, face white as paper, sweat pouring. The smell hit me first, sharp, chemical, expanding foam and panic. They were literally glued together. Skin to skin. Gorilla Glue does that when it meets moisture. It foams, it expands, it bonds permanently in minutes. Brittany was sobbing. We can't separate. It hurts so bad. Jake looked at me and knew. You did this? I smiled the calmest smile of my life. Found your special bottle weeks ago. Thought I'd give y'all an upgrade. He started screaming my name. Brittany started screaming in general. I called 911 myself. Hi, yes, Phoenix Fire? I need an ambulance at the Motel 6 on East Van Buren, room 112. 2 adults are adhered together with Gorilla Glue in the genital region. Yes, I'm serious. Firefighters and paramedics showed up in under 8 minutes. They had to use acetone, mineral oil, and a whole lot of patience. Took almost 2 hours to separate them without causing permanent damage. Jake cried actual tears. Brittany kept yelling, I'm suing everybody. The motel manager charged them $187 for the ruined mattress. Police questioned me. I told the truth. They wrote it up as mutual stupidity and let me go with a warning. No charges stuck. Arizona law apparently doesn't cover malicious lube replacement specifically. Jake spent the night in the ER at Banner Good Sam. Bill came to $4,112 after insurance. Brittany ghosted him the second they peeled her off the last chunk of foam. I changed the locks the next day, $89 at Pop-A-Lock. Packed every trace of him, his Dallas Cowboys hoodie, his work boots, his stupid protein powder, into trash bags and left them on the curb with a note. Trash pickup is Tuesday. He showed up at 1 a.m., bandaged, limping, begging through the door. Sarah, please, it was a mistake, she meant nothing. I turned up my music and went to sleep. He moved back to Dallas 2 weeks later. Brittany blocked me on everything after I sent her the screenshot folder titled Receipts. I kept the truck key as a souvenir. Aftermath? I started therapy, $125 a session, sliding scale at a clinic on 16th Street. Took a solo trip to Miami in October, walked South Beach at sunrise, let the salt air scrub him out of my lungs. Got promoted to shift lead at the coffee shop, started taking yoga classes at Sutra Studios on Thomas Road, met women who became my ride-or-die crew. And yeah, I laugh about it now. Not because it wasn't painful, it was soul-crushing, but because I took my power back in the most unhinged, iconic way possible. So here's the real tea, the life lesson I paid for in tears and $8.97 worth of Gorilla Glue. If someone betrays you, you don't have to stay quiet and take the high road. Sometimes the high road is lined with adhesive and sweet, sweet justice. Trust your gut. Protect your peace. And if you ever find a suspicious bottle in a cheating man's truck, upgrade it. Thanks for listening, Queens. Drop your own revenge stories in the comments. I read every single one. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and remember, you're hotter than Phoenix in July and twice as dangerous when you need to be. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay savage. Nail polish.